Guys, welcome to another episode of Dialed In, the brand new NFL podcast where you can call in and be a part of the show. And you can join in and give us your predictions of the week ahead. You can help us battle ChatGPT's super team, or you can tell us your opinion on what's transpired the week in the past. Boys, how are you doing today? Getting started. We got John over here at Firestarter Breaks. How are you, John?
I am doing great. Yourself?
Can't complain, brother. We got Michael down there at Huddle Card Collection. How are you?
What's
brother?
going on, fellas?
Glad to have you boys with me for another week. It is playoffs this week, so playoffs.
Playoffs.
Your two teams are saying playoffs. Did somebody say playoffs? My team's like, wait, playoffs? We made the playoffs. Just barely made the playoffs. I did send Michael a video that he's going to play real quick. Which just this is like I just found it to be really funny. Priest literally was caught blessing the end zone that the Steelers the Ravens missed the field goal at in the Steelers game. So if you could
The stadium being at the confluence of the three rivers. The three rivers are that one. This way is where the end zone was, where the missed field goal happened by Tyler Luke. They're getting it all set now for getting the field ready. I want to show you what happened pregame at 6:15 local time. This is a priest who's spraying holy water in that end zone.
Why?
You see Pittsburgh is very strong, and the size to the Steelers are everywhere. And that was shown on local news. Harper got it, and down at that end zone, Tyler Luke misses the extra point, the field goal, I should say, and allows the Steelers to win.
So it's not Tyler Luke's fault.
We also talked about the stadium being
so Angels aren't only in the outfield, they're now also
In the end zone. Oh man.
Wow.
I thought that was awesome. I saw that. I was like, yeah, I need to send that to my wife. And of course, she hasn't even checked it. But yeah, so my Steelers finally made the playoffs. Well, not finally. They continually make the playoffs, but lose first round for the last, I think, 4 years straight. Might be more than that, but I'm pretty sure the last 4 wild cards that Mike Tomlin has had, we have lost. So this should be interesting to see. Is his playoff losing streak going to end, or are we going to end our winning streak on Monday Night Football? Because Mike Tomlin's never lost a Monday Night Football game. And this playoff game is on Monday Night Football, and it's at Acrisure here in Pittsburgh. So that should be pretty interesting to see what happens there.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if you guys saw after the game too, Mike Tomlin kind of like beat his chest and was like wooing like Ric Flair a little bit. I was kind of a fan of that. He kind of healed up because of all the people chanting "Fire Tomlin." So I thought that was kind of funny. They brought that up on the radio today whenever I was listening. I don't know if you guys noticed some of the firings that have gone on around the league thus far. As a result of that game, John Harbaugh lost his job in Baltimore. I believe he was the second longest tenured coach behind Tomlin. He had 18 years of service in Baltimore, and the Baltimoreans sent him packing.
So they it was a firing, or was it he decided to go ahead and leave?
No, I'm pretty sure it was a firing. Let me pull it up here on NFL.com.
Well, yeah, all that stuff too.
Ravens fire Harbaugh after 18 seasons.
Okay. I mean, yeah, and then the report came out that within 45 minutes of that news breaking out, basically every team, I guess, who needs a coach reached out to him or something along those, or damn near every single one that needs a coach reached out to him.
Hopefully the ones that don't have star running backs. Like this guy literally could have beaten the Steelers if he would have just ran Henry. That's literally all it would have taken.
I think he ends up.
It just goes to show you that maybe the Henry Lamar Jackson tandem doesn't really work the way you want it to, because you have to, you want to commit to the run, but then really, then you really would be just committing to an RPO offense.
Yeah.
But from that, but I don't know if how Henry does in an RPO versus a traditional, a traditional set, if you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be surprised if he ends up in Las Vegas.
Who, Henry or Harbaugh?
Harbaugh.
I mean, they seem to go after the big name coaches. They did just fire Pete Carroll, so that's another big contract down the tubes. So I could very well see them firing some big money John Harbaugh's way. Do you think he would want to? I guess that would be kind of attractive now that they have the number one pick. I was going to say pre-number one pick, it's not that sexy,
No.
but post-number one pick, knowing that you're probably going to end up with Mendoza or anyone that you value, it's probably a lot sexier of a landing spot now.
Yeah. And I know we've fired defensive coordinator Joe Witt and parted ways with Kingsbury. It was a mutual thing there, they said.
Out of somebody who followed the team, what's your thoughts on that?
Witt, I could do without. He was useless to us. He couldn't do defense if he wanted to. Kingsbury wasn't bad, especially the first year with doing what we did with our offense. And I just think the reason this year was so bad, we had so many injuries. I mean, I don't think if we ever had that many injuries, I think we would be in the playoffs this year. But
yeah, I would imagine that too. I thought for sure coming into this year that the Commanders would have made the playoffs.
We all did.
Lions got rid of their offensive coordinator, John Morton, after one season. I probably would have too, because they had a major regression with a lot of their bigger stars.
Yeah.
Dallas fires defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus after one season. Raiders GM says Pete Carroll firing isn't any one person, or isn't on any one person. So apparently they all think he sucks.
The Kingsbury thing is interesting. I mean, I guess he might have said, "Hey, you know what? I want to go be. I can't believe that they would have stopped him." But the only thing you can think of is potentially, to become a head coach again someplace else, or or maybe he doesn't want to do that. Maybe he wants to stay offensive coordinator, and maybe he wouldn't be able to leave, take another job. I don't know about that one. To your point, John, with all the injuries that team had, it's it's one thing that I find interesting with backup quarterbacks. You would think more teams would get a backup quarterback that is somehow comparable to their starter, so you're not having to worry about change offense.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have an offense a certain way, and then all of a sudden that person doesn't goes down with an injury. You have a pocket passer, and you set up your offense that way, but then all of a sudden your backup is a guy who used to scramble around all the time and moved in and out of the pocket. So
that's where I think we got lucky having Mariota back up.
Yeah, that's huge to have a good backup.
The interesting thing, when you look at the NFL draft, 5 out of the first 6 draft picks, those 5 of those teams all going to need head coaches.
Yeah.
So the draft is what, April?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to figure, a bunch of those teams are probably, they're going to want to fill those roles
right
rather quickly. To have. But the thing is, if you look at who was fired who was let go? What is it? 7, I think, have been let go so far.
Yep.
Head coaches?
Yeah, I think the only two that I think the only two that you can say potentially would be Harbaugh and Stefanski out of Cleveland as guys who probably will be, looked at. Now, Stefanski is a weird one because even though he's won Coach of the Year twice, you look at the years when he didn't win Coach of the Year, his teams haven't been that good.
Yeah.
Um,
I think Pete Carroll's done.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting when you look at the teams that need coaches, right? Like, okay, Atlanta does. What's
Speaking of teams
exciting?
that need coaches, is your team going to keep Aaron Glenn, or what's happening there?
Every indication is that they are, unless I don't know if Jim Harbaugh's firing changes anything. I doubt it.
Would you take Harbaugh over Glenn, or are you a Glenn guy?
I'm neither, because if I can't say that. See, the problem that we have with the Jets is that the head coach really changes depending. It like all this is this whether you would want to fire the head coach or not really depends on what Dante Moore does from Oregon. Because if Dante Moore goes ahead and says, "Hey, let's say this Thursday he plays really, really well against Indiana, and even if they lose, right? But he's the reason why Oregon is in the game." And he goes, "You know what? I'm going to NFL. I might get pick 1 or 2. If there are 2 quarterbacks there and the Jets sitting at pick 2." I don't know. I don't think Glenn is the right guy with a young quarterback because I don't know if he could go ahead and develop anything. But then again, I'd say the same thing about Jim Harbaugh. I mean, Lamar has done well, but what have they done collectively with Lamar? So I don't know. Like, has he developed Lamar? Has Lamar, is Lamar doing what he's doing based off of his just, pure God-given talent? Or have there been things that he could do that have been unlocked by Harbaugh? So I don't know. Now, if we could go ahead and let's say hire Cliff Kingsbury
That's what I was going to ask you. What would you think?
as an OC, but from what I heard, they really liked they really like the OC they have. So it's a tough situation. I mean, it really boils down to what Dante Moore at Oregon is going to do. Really, what happens with that second pick and everything? Because I think Moore plays really, really well and he does great and everything. I could literally see the Raiders taking him over Mendoza.
True.
I would rather have Mendoza over Moore because
Yeah.
I think Mendoza is a little more ready. Where I think Dante Moore really needs to sit a year. It sucks, but he really does need to sit a year.
Now, what would you think if your Jets went after Kingsbury as a head coach? Would that do anything for you or no?
No, I mean, I wouldn't mind it. But I look at but you look at all these teams, right? Like who, you sit back, you look at Cleveland, right? Who out of established coaches, who really would want to go to Cleveland? And I don't mean not because, but like the situation you have there, are you going to be kind of sort of told, hey, the owner loves Shador, that's who your guy is going to be, and that's what you have to do? And a coach may go, some of the higher profile coaches might go, yeah, no, I ain't playing that game, right?
I think most candidates are probably going to look at Cleveland and just think,
it's possible. But even Arizona, how appealing is Arizona? How appealing? So Cleveland, Arizona, Atlanta.
Matty.
Matty Ice. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's appealing about those teams? The Raiders are very appealing. If you're a Kevin Stefanski, if you're a Jim Harbaugh, you might even call them up and say, "Hey, like if I'm sure they Raiders would reach out to Harbaugh. I don't know if they'd reach out to Stefanski, but if you it would pay for that. I mean, that is a place where like you could see both of those guys going. I wouldn't mind going there.
Mhm.
Tennessee potentially is a little bit of a hey, that might be a place to go, but what about the Giants? I mean, the Giants, they're interesting too. They got a decent draft pick. They got a quarterback. They got a running back in Scatterville. They got a wide receiver in Neighbors.
Yep.
That's like a sneaky, attractive type job that
They've got a pass rusher in Abdul Carter.
yeah. So filling the head coaching thing, that's something that gets me is when I I think they look at it and I think they're gonna give Aaron Glenn one more year. Hey, Larkin. They're gonna give Aaron Glenn one more year. I really personally I don't think they care about 2026. You got 3 first rounders in 2027.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be a big deal for them.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see us keep Kingsbury for one more year to see if he could reproduce what he did in 2024 with a healthy team.
Yeah, that's what surprises me more than anything with them. I mean, there is that it's you had unless they think here's what I can think of, John.
Hey, Jimmy.
Is that they think that the play calling is what caused Daniels to go ahead and get hurt.
And I think Kingsbury is also looking to head coach as well. I think that's where he wanted to move to, but it'll be interesting to see who we get for those two positions, but hopefully it's somebody good.
I'm sure that
Arizona's appealing with Kyler. There's got to be a way to keep him healthy. Yeah. The problem you have though is supposedly all those rumors about Kyle, Murray, with his not wanting to study and blah 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 blah. It sounds like a bunch of that stuff is true. That they really weren't just rumors.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, you're right though. With his athletic ability, you can and hey, Arizona, nice place.
Is he like a talented Jamarcus Russell? Have you ever heard what they did to him? The Raiders, they gave him a blank disc to take home that was some plays that they were running that week, and they were like, "Yeah, let us know which one of these you're good to run on Sunday." And he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm good on all of them. They're I've gone over it a bunch of times. So I'm really good to go with any of these." So blank tape.
What's up, Jimmy? Yeah, I don't. I mean, I look at it from the standpoint of it's going to be, it'll be interesting to see what where Harbaugh lands. I think Harbaugh and Stefanski, out of all the guys that got fired from a head coaching perspective, I think those are probably the only two guys that probably get another head coaching job right now. Morris out of Atlanta, he probably goes back to being a D coordinator. Wouldn't surprise me if he ends up in Washington because they fired their D coordinator and Dan Quinn had hired him.
Yeah. True.
That'd be like us picking up the defensive coordinator that Dallas let go. I can see that happening quick because Dan Quinn pulls from there.
Very true.
Yeah.
Hoping for better, but.
So moving into our next segment, boys. In honor of the playoffs, we've decided to go with a completely random playoff matchup this week. So what we're going to do is we're going to generate I have all 6 matchups in a list randomizer on random.org. Whatever team goes to the top is going to be, or excuse me, whatever matchup, whatever game goes to the top will be the one that we're going to be playing. Then we're going to flip a coin, and one of you guys is going to pick a team, like whatever team we're going to be. And if we get the coin toss right, we get that team. But if we get it wrong, then ChatGPT gets our team. So I think that's the fairest way to do it. So let's go ahead and randomize this. And apparently we're doing Green Bay versus Chicago. That should be a good game. So then we're going to
Mikey, you get to call because if you pick the wrong way,
coin.
it's your fault.
One coin. All right.
Tails never fails.
Okay. Do we want Green Bay or Chicago?
I prefer Chicago, but
Okay, so I want Green Bay, so we'll take Chicago. This way, if we go ahead and if we lose the flip, we get Green Bay, which ain't bad.
Okay. So we're saying we want Green Bay. So if it's tails, we get Green Bay.
Chicago.
we want Chicago.
Okay, gotcha. So if it's tails, we get Chicago. Heads, we get Green Bay.
Yep.
Yes.
How do you know what's heads and what's tails?
Just the hell with it.
And I guess that's what we go with.
Oh, reverse. That's a tails. What kind of coin is that?
I want that coin though. The hell with it.
That's an interesting coin. Okay. So apparently you got it right, Michael. We are Green Bay then, I guess. You got your wish.
We're screwed.
So now I need to share.
That's true, Maddie. The Colts are bringing their whole crew back also.
Maybe they'll re-sign Rivers for you. You can use another 5-year deal.
They want to bring Gang Dimes back.
Present this, share screen.
I agree, Larkin. You lose to the Browns. Yeah.
Okay. Best all-time Bears. This is who the Bears are going to be trotting out against us. I think we might have played against the Bears before. I think I remember Sid Luckman for some reason. I don't know why that sounds familiar. So Sid Luckman is who they're going with, a quarterback. And while we're looking at this, I'm going to be copying and pasting all these names over to a spreadsheet so that we can battle them. They're going with, of course, Sweetness at running back. But at quarterback, would you guys have gone with anybody else besides Luckman? I mean, he is a 4-time champion. It's also from the 1940s. Would you have gone with anybody like more modern than Luckman?
They really haven't had great quarterbacks.
No.
I mean, when they won, they had McMahon, but the truth is, I mean, you know, they won a lot because of that defense and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is the Bears, right?
Yeah, it's the Bears. They're going with Walter Payton at running back, Brandon Marshall, a wide receiver. They're going with Mike Ditka at tight end. I wonder if he's also coaching.
I mean, the only one that I would think to change out would have been Caleb Williams, but
Yeah,
just because of the scrambling effect. But
I was thinking that too.
The Brandon Marshall is interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I mean, Brandon Marshall's good, but like all-time good, I don't know. I mean, but who have they had that's like better at wide receiver than Brandon Marshall?
I mean, the only guy that pops to my mind, Willie Gault, was pretty good.
yeah,
But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but we're talking about them like they're like they have 6 or 7, like they have 5, 6 Super Bowl wins. They have, what, 1?
Yeah, something like that.
It's just that they've been around forever, so you think that they would have a lot better players.
Yeah.
Now they have some unbelievable defensive players, though, when you get to that point.
Yeah, I think once we get down there is where it's really going to turn around for them. So they got Jimbo Covert as offensive lineman, Robbie Gould as their kicker, and then here's their defense. And it literally says where the Bears truly shine. Richard Dent as their defensive end. He's their franchise sack leader. He was a Super Bowl MVP, and he terrorized QBs. Then they have Dan Hampton at defensive tackle, Lance Briggs as their outside linebacker, Dick Butkus as their inside linebacker, which I kind of figured they'd go Butkus, but you never know. Urlacher was kind of a big deal for them for a while.
Mike Singletary.
Yeah, Singletary too.
The Singletary or Singletary? Singletary. Was it?
Singletary. Yeah. But I think they went with Dick Butkus just because of that first line, the meanest linebacker in NFL history, probably.
Well, you know you're pretty good when you have an award named after you.
This is true.
What's up, Chuck?
What's happening, Chuck Dupree? How are you, buddy?
Chuck, what's up, brother? All right, who else?
Corner, they have Charles Peanut Tillman. And then safety, they're going with Gary Fensick.
No fridge. That's good.
Yeah, they took Dan Hampton over him.
All right, well, let's see what we can put up against them with.
I think they're a bunch of defensive. There are probably a couple of defensive tackles you probably take before you take the fridge.
I'm 2 pastes away from being able to get to our team.
Very lackluster team to pick from, but
You know what though? I think we can do decent with the Packers. Like they have some like really good all-time players. Like just starting at quarterback, you literally you have way better options than Sid Luckman. Like
you have 3 all-time.
Yeah, that was literally going to say. You have Rodgers, Favre, and you have Starr.
I'm working, but wanted to tell you that old man Rodgers will not beat the Texans next Monday, 24-16. Have a good night. You're working tonight. What do you got? You got some kids in detention, Sean?
I was going to say, I'm not even on the screen right now, but just from the comment, I could tell that's Sean. All right, so let me share the actual screen we normally play
let's see. Trying to think.
Okay,
You're going to say Aaron Rodgers for quarterback.
So there's their team. You guys want to go with Rodgers, or you want to go with someone else?
Who is better, Rodgers or Favre? Like being able to move, scramble.
Probably Rodgers, scrambling wise, but I mean Favre wasn't terrible at it. I would say Rodgers would probably be a better option just because Favre was turnover prone. They have a pretty good defense.
What about that other guy?
Starr?
Yeah.
I just don't think. I mean, he probably had more championships than either of them, but I just don't think he was as good as either of them.
All right, let's do Rodgers then.
Have fun at the basketball game, Sean.
Yeah, have fun, man.
Don't miss any baskets.
He's running that. Let's see. Who did they have running back? It's good. I'm not looking it up because Mike obviously is.
They had Josh Jacobs, who's a stud. They've had Amon Green. Who else have they had that's been good?
I guess I'll have to go look at this. All-time running back.
What's up, Kenneth? How are you?
Running backs. Let's see who they bring up. Ahmad Green is their number 1 pick. Jim Taylor, Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones was a good one.
Yeah.
Amon Green, probably a little more of a bruiser. You might need him to go ahead, but I don't, with that defense, it's going to be hard to run on him.
I think we're going to need a little bit.
Probably best to go ahead and take the top guy, which would be Green.
Amon Green.
Yeah, that's the same thing I said, Chuck. They took Brandon Marshall over Willie Gault.
Let's see.
Then at receiver, where do you go? Do you go Sterling Sharp, or do you go with somebody a little more new, like a Jordy Nelson, or like a Greg Jennings, or like a Donald Driver?
Paul Horning.
Oh, too.
They also had Devontae Adams too for a while.
Yeah, James Lofton.
I think maybe Sharp.
Yeah. Sharp. And you probably got Mark Chamora as tight end, right?
You that or
Is that
Tucker
his name?
Kraft, dude, they have now is pretty good too.
Donald Driver was another good one.
Paul Kaufman at tight end. They're saying is number one.
Really?
The franchise all-time leading receiver at the position.
Yeah, those 3 Pro Bowls.
I'd be good with him.
Outside linebacker. Who do they have?
That one's offensive line.
Offensive line.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Okay.
Offensive line.
Who do they have?
What didn't they have? That was his name. The offensive line. Who they have doesn't matter.
That's right. Yeah, I'm thinking the wrong thing. Forrest Gregg, Jerry Kramer, Jim Ringo, Fuzzy Thurston.
Forrest Gregg. He was a beast.
Yeah.
He's their number one.
Yeah. Tony Mandarich. Yeah. But they had that. Who was the one guy that Rogers had who was over there? Was it Bakhtiari?
Bakhtiari or whatever.
Bakhtiari, yeah. But I forgot about Forrest Gregg.
We'll go Forrest. Yeah, took his Greg hands down.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of bad players that were drafted ahead of before a lot of really, really good players.
Kicker.
Mason Crosby.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think there's any.
I mean, you had Ryan Longwell, but Crosby was better.
Crosby is definitely better.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there. I would say Reggie White.
This is where it's going to get tough.
Defensive end, huh?
I would say Reggie White. He's probably the best defensive end of all time.
Yep.
Not one of them.
That's an easy one right there, Reggie White.
Why do they not show him on here?
Defensive.
Looks like tight ends. Where are we at now?
Deep tackle. They didn't have a Simmons, did they? No.
Maybe.
I was thinking of Philadelphia.
Defensive tackles. Let's see. Henry Jordan is often cited as the best ever alongside dominant players like Dave Hanna.
Gilbert Brown. I don't know if you remember him. He was like 400 plus pounds. That giant dude back in the day.
He was a massive piece of meat.
He was.
So you have Henry Jordan, Dave Hanna, Kenny Clark, sack master Ezra Johnson, Reggie White, Clay Matthews.
I don't think all those guys are defensive tackles, though. No, Clay Matthews was, I think, an outside linebacker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, defensive end, outside linebacker. But Henry Jordan is a Hall of Famer and dominant force in the 50s and 60s, often considered the greatest DT in Packers history.
Well, there you go.
Known for his relentless play and multiple Pro Bowls.
What's his name?
Henry Jordan. Outside linebacker.
Jordan or Jordan?
Well, however you want to say it.
Well, you need to spell it right so we don't screw up the thing.
How do you spell Jordan?
Did you guys want to go Clay Matthews outside linebacker?
Well, Jordan, I mean, it depends. Some people spell Jordan Jordon. Some say D-A-N.
It's A-N, like the Michael Jordan.
Who? No, I'm just kidding.
I'd say Clay Matthews or Reggie White.
We already have Reggie as DE.
Okay, so then Clay Matthews, let's do it.
Clay Matthews.
Now we need inside linebacker.
AJ Hawk.
AJ Hawk would be a good one.
Where is AJ is number 2. No. Ray Nitsky.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ray. No. Ray
Nitsky's
Nitsky. I
already
forgot
there,
where to go, Locke. Yeah, Ray Nitsky
Heck
is definitely yeah.
He's way better than AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
It's NITSCHKE. Cornerback.
Woodson.
Charles Woodson. Yeah, I was going to say too.
I don't know. Let's see. They also had Herb Adderley, Hall of Famer and all-decade team, and leader in interceptions for the franchise. Those are the top two: Herb Adderley and Charles Woodson.
Back or was he a corner?
Green Bay's all-time best cornerbacks often feature Herb Adderley and Charles Woodson, the top duo.
We should move Woodson to safety and start Herb Adderley as well.
Okay.
Because I think their best safety is like Leroy Butler, who's like nowhere near as good as either one of them guys.
Leroy's number 1, Willie Wood, Bobby Dillon. So yeah, Woodson would work. Put Adderley and then put Woodson. Yeah.
That way we have 2 studs. Like that defense is pretty nasty. Like good luck, like doing anything against that with Sid Luckman.
I'm just trying to think if we win this or not here.
I'm going to give us a 7-point victory in this one.
I would love to, but I know our streak, so I'm going to go with a 3-point loss.
Probably not a bad decision.
And I'm just going to say our team, we really did not make the playoffs this year.
No, we 100% didn't.
We're getting a first-round draft pick, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be high up there in the draft. Let me go over to ChatGPT and get them to generate us a game.
What do you think, Mike? What are we doing? Winning or losing?
I think it is a 3-point victory. I honestly don't know because I look at their offense and I don't think their offense is. I think our offense is better than theirs, but their defense, I think, a lot better than ours. So I mean, I can lean a little towards them, but if I had to, I probably would wind up going. I think their defense. I don't know. Now you know what, Aaron Rodgers. We have the better quarterback. I'm gonna go with Green Bay winning. Now, Anthony, if you don't, before you show the screen,
Yeah.
If you go all the way down to where the result is, isn't there something down there where you could choose that says, speak it or something like that?
I can ask, but I don't think it works because I tried playing with it.
All right, so don't worry about it. Just go away.
Yeah, I don't think it actually speaks it out. Even if it does, I haven't figured a way to do it.
The last time we did this, didn't we find a place at the bottom of that thing where it shows this thing, including tie? You could include ties in the game.
I wonder if I could highlight it and just have Google read it.
Don't worry about it. Just go ahead.
So I know there was one place we could put including. You could have ties, but let's run it.
You have that soothing voice, so go right ahead.
No, right?
I don't know how soothing it is tonight. I got a little bit of a cough going.
Bears do have Ditka.
Yeah,
but
but
that Bears team is definitely probably tougher than our. Man, Nitsky and Butkus, they got to be the 2 guys that were probably 2 of the nastiest, middle linebackers.
And Dick is going to be trying to coach at the same time as play. So
so it should be good. So this is going to be at a neutral site. Era rules, modern rules, but physicality is allowed. Game plan notes: the Bears smash mouth defense first, time of possession. Packers are about efficiency, QB mastery, and edge rush dominance. First quarter, immediate physical. Bears possession. Sid Luckman operates under center. Heavy run sets. Peyton rips off chunk runs behind Jimbo Covert. Actually, real quick, I just want to see if it will read this if I do this. I know sometimes Google will. No, it just does translate. That would have been all. Oh, wait, speech. Do you hear anything?
No.
Sid Luckman operates under center. Heavy run sets.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that I heard. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You'd have
So
to
would you
highlight
rather
the
hear
whole
me
thing.
say it, or would you rather hear the computer say it? Because I can have Google read it.
All right, it's up to you. You're the one who has to read.
I was gonna say you're gonna have to highlight probably everything too.
That's easy to do, though. Literally, all I'd have to do is just drag.
Now we're
all-
gonna see
Wait,
it.
I'd spoil it then. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No.
did-
You could just. I mean, you could just do it. Play at a time. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, good. That'll just take forever. I'll just read it. All right. So Sid Luckman operates under center. Heavy run sets. Walter Payton rips off chunk runs behind Jimbo Covert. Reggie White disrupts twice, forcing a 3rd and long. Luckman hits Ditka on a seam for 17. Drive stalls inside the 30. Goal. It's a 30-yard field goal. 3-0 the Bears. Packers response. Aaron Rodgers comes out in the shotgun, diagnosing coverage instantly. Short surgical passes to Sharp. Say that 15 times fast. Charles Peanut Tillman punches a ball loose, but Sharp recovers. Dick Buckiss absolutely detonates Amon Green on 3rd down. Mason Crosby field goal, 3-3. You wouldn't see that in today's game at all.
How does he detonate them? That's what I want to know. I can understand destroy, but detonate like he's setting them off.
Yeah, I guess blows them up. First quarter stats. Peyton has 6 rushes for 38 yards. Rodgers 7 of 9 for 68. Defenses are already chirping. Second quarter Bears drive. Bears lean hard on into Peyton. Brennan Marshall bodies Herb Adderley on a slant. Physical mismatch. Second and goal. Luckman play action hits Ditka for a touchdown. 10-3 Bears. Packers answer. Rodgers speeds things up. Sterling Sharp beats Tillman on a deep comeback. Reggie White collapses the pocket, forcing a rush throw on 3rd and 8. Rodgers rolls left and dots Sharp in the corner. Touchdown. Packers are 10-10.
How the hell did Reggie White collapse the pocket? He's on our team.
I know. That makes no sense.
Bastard.
Yeah, that's rude. Late half chaos. Bears drive stalls and Clay Matthews strips Peyton. Recovered. Packers push into field goal range, but Dan Hampton bats down a pass at the line. Crosby nails a long one before the half. So we are up 13-10 at the half, boys. Bears come out to set the tone. Peyton comes out angry in all caps. 22-yard cutback. Marshall mosses Woodson on a deep ball. 4th and 1. Peyton converts. Peyton TD behind Covert and Ditka pancaking defenders. 17-13 the Bears. Packers counterpunch. Rodgers goes full MVP mode. No huddle. Henry Jordan and Nitschke create space in the run game. Rodgers freezes Briggs with a pump fake. Touchdown to Paul Kaufman. Packers up 20-17. Defensive statement. Richard Dent beats Forrest Gregg clean off the edge. Rodgers is sacked hard by Dent and Briggs. Fensick picks off a tipped pass late in the quarter. Fourth quarter, Bears grind. 10-play drive. Peyton breaks 2 tackles on 3rd and long. Bears bleed the clock. Gold ties it 2020. Packers strike back. Rodgers is unfazed. Hits Sharp twice. Woodson draws PI on Marshall after an interception attempt. Butkus forces a 3rd and goal stop. Crosby kicks the go-ahead, 23-20.
Oh, we need our defense. We need our
Final
defense.
drive, a legacy moment. Luckman takes the field with 2:11 left. Marshall with a physical catch on 3rd and 7. Ditka trucks Nitschke across the middle of the field. Reggie White sacks Luckman on 2nd down. Huge loss. 3rd and long. Luckman escapes pressure, hits Peyton on a wheel. Inside the 30, clock running. On one final sequence decides everything. The final score. We beat them by 3.
Wow.
So the final stats of the game, Luckman had 18 of 29 for 224 and a touchdown. Walter Payton, 24 carries for 132 and a touchdown, 4 catches for 41 yards. Brandon Marshall had 6 catches for 88 yards. Ditka had 5 catches for 61 yards and a touch. On defense, Dent had 2 sacks. Butkus had 11 tackles, 1 for a loss. Peanut Tillman had a forced fumble. Fensick had an interception. Rogers was 26 of 34 for 289, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Amon Green had 74 yards on 18 carries. Sterling Sharp had 9 catches for 122 and a touchdown. Paul Kaufman had 4 catches for 39 yards and a touchdown. Reggie White had 2 sacks, 3 pressures. Clay Matthews had a forced fumble. Charles Woodson had 6 tackles and 2 passes broken up. Packers won because of Rodgers' late game composure, Reggie White's game-altering pressure, Sharp's consistently winning against elite coverage, and then we converted the red zone chances slightly better. And then basically it's just, do we want to swap people?
So you know what they say, buck the fares.
Yeah, buck them.
Buck the fares. Buck the fares.
That's for sure. So this weekend we do have a bunch of really good games on the docket. Let me see if I can pull them.
Well, we got to make our picks.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to pull up the bracket so everybody can see the games in real time. But yeah, we'll definitely do our picks.
Know how we finish the season, Mikey.
I know.
I'm real curious about something here.
Yep.
Yeah, we do need to figure out how that went down, Mike, because we were not sure if.
What are we doing? What are we doing first? The end of season or the playoffs?
Let's do our picks
Let's
first.
do the end of season. The playoffs may need to be an extension if the end of season ended the way I think it might have.
No, it's not. It's going to be different.
All right. Let me share the screen so everybody can see the playoff bracket. And then you can go ahead and, whenever you're ready, reveal the dialed-in league champion. For
All I know is I'm third place.
Well, do you want to pick these games first, and then we'll do the regular season after that?
So what you're saying is we don't need a tiebreaker.
No.
Okay. Dang it. That means you probably beat me. I don't like that.
So Saturday, we got 2 games on Saturday.
Yep.
We got the early game. We got the Rams coming back to Carolina, where the last time they were here, they lost, to go against the Carolina Panthers. So an 8-9 team making the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And the way Carolina got in was Atlanta beating New Orleans.
Yep.
That came down that the Atlanta New Orleans game decided the winner of the NFC South.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
That's a very bad division. The funny thing is me and John were making a joke about this. Like, they're only there because we kept picking against them. They've been on a little bit of a tear, though, as of late. But in this game, I don't know if you've gotten any of ChatGPT's picks or not, but I'm going to go with the Rams just because I think they're a better team. I do not think that the upset or the us picking against them has any juice left in the tank.
Yeah, I didn't do Chat GPT because it's gonna get down to so few games.
Yeah,
I mean, so I did not do that. I can, but I did not.
all good.
So you're going with the Rams and Anthony?
Yeah, I'm going with Los Angeles.
They might screw me, but I'm going with the Panthers. I think they're going up there in for the upset. But it's going to be a close game, I think.
I think the Rams are gonna remember what happened. I don't think Matthew Stafford is gonna play bad two times in the same season against them. So I'm gonna go with the Rams. Then we follow that up with the game basically almost just like we had just a few minutes ago with the Green Bay Packers traveling to Chicago to face the Chicago Bears.
This is going to be a really good game. It could really go any way. I do think that this is the first time in a really long time that Chicago's had a home playoff game, and I think that's a big deal for them. And they've just played so well this year. I think that momentum is going to continue. I'm going to pick the Bears to beat the Packers in this game.
So in the first game, ChatGPT did go ahead and select the
Rams.
The Rams. So you're taking the Bears, Anthony?
The Bears. Yep.
I think this game's going to be close. I do think the Packers can win. The Packers have been there, the last couple of years. Bears have not. But I think just because it's a home game, I'm going to go with the Bears also. Yeah.
I am going with the Bears, and I think Caleb's going to light them up.
Oh, Bears.
Pissed off at that last game in the season.
ChatGPT says home field edge in a rivalry game, close contest. The Bears win.
Bears like cheese whiz.
And then
Mike, you said you're going with the Bears too, right?
I'm going with the Bears too, yeah.
Right.
And then we go to Saturday. We go to Sunday. And we got the first game of the week, which is a very interesting game. You got the Buffalo Bills traveling down to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars.
It's going to be an interesting one. I think the Jags are one of the hottest teams in the league right now. I'm still going to pick the Bills to win just because I think that this might be, Josh Allen's year to actually get something done without the Chiefs stumbling block in his way. But it could be a close game. The Jags have looked excellent lately, but I'm going to go with the Bills because I think that they're an all-around better team.
It's another tough one, but I put it this way: like, I won't be surprised if the Bills win, but I'm gonna give the Jacksonville just a little bit of an edge because they're playing at home, and I'll take the Jags.
I'm with you, Mike. The way the Jacksonville's been on a tear, I just think they have this game.
They very well could.
ChatGPT selected the Jaguars. The Jaguars. So the next game, we're staying on the East Coast. The 49ers, they're going to travel all the way to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. And, Philadelphia, if they would have won Sunday, they would have went ahead and, had that second playoff spot, but they decided to, rest their guys and lose. So does this go ahead, and cost them?
Very well might. I mean, this is one of the toughest matchups I think that they're going to face. This is a team that's been to the Super Bowl multiple times recently. You know what I mean? So they're going to have a really tough, a really tough opponent. Like who would they have played first round if they would have won that game?
The Rams.
Yeah, still would have been a tough game. But
No, they would have went against Green Bay, right?
Was it Green Bay? I thought. Well, who?
They would have been the 2
They
seeds.
were
They would have gone
Chicago.
against
Yeah,
Green
that's right.
Bay.
That's right. Yeah,
mhm.
that's right. I think 49ers are going to just, pardon the expression, whoop their ass. I just don't think Philly is ready for the 49ers at all.
Who'd you select, Anthony?
I didn't pick yet.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, I'm torn on this one because Philly's the defending champions, but they look terrible at times. But by the same point, they're still, in my opinion, able to beat anybody on any given Sunday. But it's a tough one. I'm gonna go Philly. Could be
Yeah,
wrong.
to me, when you look at these two teams, right, their wide receivers are comparable to each other. Their quarterbacks are comparable to each other. I know he didn't play like it this year, but Saquon, on his good day,
Mhm.
is not that far behind CMC on his good days.
Agreed.
I think Philadelphia's defense is probably is a little better. Their defensive front, I think, is better than the Niners. They're so close that to me this is like a Jacksonville Buffalo scenario from the standpoint of I think it's a close game. I'm just going to take the home team. I'm going to give them the home field advantage. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I don't know if it's going to be snowing or raining or coldy. But with the fans there and stuff being just a bunch of jerks. I just take Philadelphia for that reason. Then the night game on Sunday night, the Chargers travel all the way across the country to New England to face the Patriots. Drake May, MVP hopeful, playing at home from where they were last year to where they were this year. I don't know if the Chargers have enough. I don't know. I don't know if they have. I don't know if they have anything that would make me lean more towards them. So I'm going to take the home team.
Yeah, I'm with you. I definitely think that, especially in the playoffs, home field definitely makes a difference. But I think that Drake May is having a really good MVP caliber season, and Herbert's been injured, and he sat last week. So I'm going to give it to New England just based on the fact that they do have the home field advantage, and it's a long travel. They've been dealing with injuries and the whole 9 yards. Although it's one of those things where Herbert could turn it on and completely make me look foolish for saying that, but I definitely think with the season that New England's had, they're a pretty safe pick there.
Yeah, I agree. And with the Chargers coming to a colder climate might affect them as well. So I just think New England's got a better team right now.
And ChatGPT selected the Patriots. And then we have the Monday night showdown. Number 4 against number 5. The I don't lose Monday night football games. Steelers led Mike Tomlin
Who also
versus,
does not win
versus the Houston Texans.
This is going to be a good match. They both have excellent defenses. I think right now the Texans have the number 1 defense in the NFL. Steelers do get DK Metcalf back this game, though, so hopefully that means they'll be able to muster some decent offense. The running game has been okay. Kenneth Gainwell was named our team MVP, doing great out of the backfield with catching and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Steelers to win this game, just like I've picked it all year. Tomlin hasn't won a playoff game in many years. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is going to be the first one he wins. Not in his career, but in many years.
Well, I'm going to have to go against you. I just think the Texans are just playing way too good football right now, and the defense is just going to be too much for Rodgers.
I can see that. I think CJ
DK is going to be back.
What's that?
DK is going to be back. DK Metcalf.
Yep.
I think the old man has one more run. I think the old man has one more run in him.
Bristled old bear.
I'm going to take the Steelers. ChatGPT has selected the Texans.
Figured that would probably be the call on ChatGPT's case.
Yeah. I mean, it does, it does make sense.
It logically makes a lot of sense, but I'm a homer.
You know?
One thing I will say is I don't think that either Denver or Seattle will lose this weekend.
Nope, they should move to the second. They should move to the what is it? The divisional round.
Yep. So you might
it's
want
going to be interesting. It's going to be in my opinion, definitely an interesting, weekend. It's the thing that gets me, again when you when you look at it, Saturday night, Prime Video to be able to watch Green Bay, Chicago. And I think that's sad for a lot of football fans who don't have Prime Video. That playoffs you have moved to, behind a paywall versus, where it's not on regular TV. To me, I understand contracts are contracts. They do what they got to do and all that kind of stuff. These companies paid a lot of money, but it's just, they could be Packer fans and Bear fans that maybe they just sign up and cancel, or they have a friend who has Prime so that they could watch Prime Video. But
do you think it's exclusive, or do you think like local channels will still cover it?
I believe it's exclusive. I believe.
I don't know how that works, because when you look at ESPN, it says the Rams Panthers games, that's on Fox. Then it says Green Bay, Chicago, Prime Video. The only two you have the late night game, Los Angeles against New England. That's either on NBC or Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
And then Monday night is showing as ESPN and ABC.
So you could watch the Bears and Packers on Hulu and Plus Live TV, or have a subscription to the NFL Plus.
Yeah.
But again, it's all behind, like you said, pay things.
Behind a paywall.
Yeah. It sucks.
All right. Let's find this out.
Yeah, we need to know, man. kept us in suspense. Is it you or is it me?
Because it ain't me.
So interesting. We had a very interesting week.
Yes, we did.
A lot of
If you could let me. So ChatGPT actually had the worst week. ChatGPT went 8-8. Anthony, you went 9-7, and John and I. What's up, Dave?
Hey, Dave.
John and I both went 11-5. So Anthony, if you can bring my, if you can share my screen.
He might not want to.
I was gonna say, does it have good news for me? Let me stop sharing mine real quick.
Something tells me it doesn't, Anthony. That's all I'm going to say.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to share your screen.
He looked at it real quick. Said, "I ain't
Yeah.
Hell with this thing. I ain't looking to know.
So the final. Anthony 170 and 101. Me 169 and 102.
Wow.
And John 154 and 117. But
Damn.
here's a very interesting thing. If you look, Anthony had 2 losing weeks. John, even though he finished 16 games back, you had this week here 1. You only had 2 losing weeks. So that was
we were only
was
16 games back. We were spread out 16 games apiece basically between all 3 of us.
Yeah, 16 games in 18 weeks.
Yeah.
That's just one game, one game. But then yeah.
So and Mike, I don't see you having a bad week at all, which is kind of BS. I think there's something wrong there. Well, you had this week 17, 7-9, but
week 17, 7-9. No, but I had I didn't have. I had a couple of good weeks there, I think, but so
you did.
fumble on the 4 and won by Pittsburgh. What the hell are you talking about? So we did well.
Gotta do this again. It'd be fun.
We did well. We'll go through the playoffs. Playoffs are going to be harder. It would. Especially when it gets down to the last couple of weeks, we're only going to have 2 games and 1 game to go ahead and pick and stuff. I think like it's always the one thing you hope for, is that you get good football games. Again, not really knowing what the potential weather is, you won. Just hope that the weather somehow, doesn't become too much of a factor this weekend.
Yeah.
They're all open air. They're all open air stadiums. There's no domes.
I actually really like the snow games that are like crazy. So hopefully there'll be like some decent snow games without like ruining any of the games. Like,
well, this weekend, the only shot you got would be New England and Philadelphia,
or Pittsburgh.
Well, Chicago,
Pittsburgh too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So so 4 of the games, the two down, the Carolina and the Florida game. Yeah. Going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting weekend of football. You have some, you think about you got some young teams and everything, young coaches too. You think about, you look at, Ben Johnson, where the guy in Carolina. Again, they're 8-9, but they made the playoffs still. They did what they had to do. They really didn't do what they had to do. If they would have beat if they would have beat Tampa Bay, it would have been a done deal and everything. But young coach there, young coach in Jacksonville. and then you have the experienced guys. You got Vrabel, you have Tomlin, you have LaFleur. So it's you have Shanahan. So it's going to be potentially some really interesting games.
Yeah.
And then we have the college football on Thursday.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What?
Yeah, whatever.
Playoffs with a losing record. I mean,
Chuck, it's happened in the past. So I mean,
it is a joke. But I think they said it was the first time that it has happened in NFL history. But in the same season, every team in the NFC South had a losing record. Every team in the NFC North had a winning record.
Interesting.
as you go back to, let's see, 2010, the Seahawks made the playoffs at 7-9. 2014, the Panthers made it at 7-8-1.
Yeah.
And we made it in 2020 with a 7-9 record. So I mean, losing teams have made it. They don't usually get very far, but you just need that any given Sunday that team could win.
True.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be interesting with, like you said, with the teams that you have there. The young coaches and stuff like that. So I think that's going to be, that always, leads to, some, some potential and stuff. So we'll see and everything. And I think about as stupid as Bama being in the college playoffs. Yeah. Niners need to pick up their game if they have any chance this week or next.
Oh no, your team's going to kill Philly this weekend. Don't worry.
Philly, that's a bad first draw though for both teams, because those are both teams I could see making it to a conference championship.
It's just like the Jaguars drawing Buffalo.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I'm kind of happy with it because if Jaguars beat Buffalo, then the Steelers don't have to face them again because they destroyed us this year.
Well, I don't think they're not in the same bracket.
Aren't they? Oh, yeah, we would play Denver next, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the winner of that game travels to Denver.
Then you'd really get spanked. Sorry. But,
Well, we beat Denver this year already.
Yeah, well,
Didn't we? I think we beat Denver.
But you know what? I just don't like Philly. I'm sorry. The fans are a bunch of assholes. The players are assholes, punching other people and spitting on people. So, I mean, you get, what is it? Who's that one that spit on Dak? Whatever his name was. He does that. He does something stupid prior to the game. They lose him right away.
Yeah.
He's a big part of their team. I mean, now they did bring back that old guy, but
who?
The Eagles did. Well, I can't remember his name. They called him out of retirement. Who the hell was it?
Is he playing?
Yeah. Eagles call out. Let me see here. What was his name? Brandon Graham.
Oh yeah, the linebacker.
Yeah, he played on Sunday. He was okay. He got a couple good hits, but I mean, he's probably one of the nicer players on the team. But I mean, they got a lot of nasty ones out there.
Yep. Like I said, it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to, I think the playoffs are going to, when you look at all the teams that are in there, it's again, Denver, another young quarterback. I mean, you're talking about, you have, when you look at it from a standpoint of, you have, Caleb Williams, young quarterback, young for Carolina. He's, another young one. You got, Drake May, you got Bo Nix.
Isn't the one out of Houston also young?
CJ's, yeah, he's only been in the league, a few years and stuff like that.
Then you have Grandpa Rogers. I mean,
All right. You know, you have Rodgers, you have Matthew Stafford. You know, two older quarterbacks. Sam Darnold's. I mean, he's not a really old guy, but he's been in the league for a while now and stuff.
I agree with you. Yeah, yes, the refs need to be held accountable in these games because it was terrible last week watching some of them.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they don't look at some of those things. That they don't look at some of these game changing calls, like in that Carolina should have won that game because they called a bogus pass interference on McMillan, the rookie kid, against the defensive back on Tampa. I was watching that game, and even the announcers were like, "Where? What did he do?" And that he didn't do anything that a normal wide receiver does. So from that standpoint, so I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be it stinks that that's part of it, but I mean, maybe they could. Hopefully, they're all on their A game, and we should get the best of the best, right? Because you have to qualify. To go. I don't think they use set crews, right? Isn't it? Or is it the highest rated crews, or do they break it down in the highest rated at each position? The way it works.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Are the refs picked for NFL playoffs? Well, let's see. Based on season-long performance evaluation.
Yeah.
With the top grade officials in each position selected for the most crucial games forming all-star crews for later rounds. While earlier playoffs use mixed crews of highly rated but not necessarily top tier. So,
well, I mean, you can't, you have 6 games in one day. You can't, all right, hey, look, I know you're working at 1:00, but after the game, get on the we chartered you a plane. Make sure you get to New England by 7:30 when game starts at 8.
We're going to need you there.
I wonder if all those Kansas City referees are taking the playoffs off this year.
No, they'll be in Philly. Don't worry.
It'll be interesting to see how that happens. Before we sign off, prediction from you guys. What team do you think is going to win the Super Bowl this year?
Wow. And if I really had to nail it down, I honestly think Denver. Just with the team that they have.
I think the Rams. I think the Rams are going to come together, but I mean, I just trust. I think Seattle's right there.
Yeah,
but I just trust Matthew Stafford more than Sam Darnold, and just because of experience, just because of the past history. Would it surprise me if Seattle won? No, but I think the Rams, too hard of a call, but the Jags are Jaguars.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Is that defense that good?
They are.
Surprisingly, I was going to pick Denver as well. I think that every year there's always like some kind of a breakout quarterback throughout the playoffs, and I just have a feeling that Bo Nix, as good of a season as he's had, I feel like he has more to show. So I'm excited to watch what Bo Nix does in the playoffs, as long as it's not against my Steelers.
I would love to see Carolina just run the table and go up against the Broncos in Carolina. I know it's not going to happen, but that would be interesting to see them run the table.
Hey, anything could go ahead. I mean,
anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, you just never know. I mean, opening drive, Matthew Stafford goes ahead and gets his bell rung and he's out of the game. That changes that. That's the one thing that on every single one of these teams, if any one of these teams, if their quarterback gets their bell rung, and is down for the rest of the game, it changes everything.
Yeah, because like, are there any really the teams that are left? Do any of them really have a comparable backup for the starter?
It's gonna sound weird, but I think I think Mitchell Trubisky for Buffalo, because he was, he was a starter for a number of years, but I mean that's the only guy that I could go ahead and think of. I mean,
Yeah, Mason Rudolph.
yeah, like I said, it's the only guy I can really think of. although San Francisco has Jimmy G. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, they have Mac Jones. I mean, they have Mac Jones.
Oh, yeah, Mac Jones is pretty
And,
serviceable.
and Mac Jones did really well. So I mean, those are probably, like I don't know, you know, like the Chargers would be throwing out, Trey Lance,
Yeah,
Who would Pittsburgh throw out?
Mason Rudolph.
Mason Rudolph.
Oh, yeah, so you should have probably kept Pickett. I'm just saying.
We still have what's his name on bench too. Will. What was his name?
What?
Will,
I'll look at his cards.
yeah. You. Why can't I remember your last name? Oh, Will Howard.
Well,
There you
I just couldn't remember where the hell I put his card. Yeah, Will Howard from Ohio State. We still have him too.
I agree with you, Mike. If any one of these starter quarterbacks get hit and taken out, that's going to be a big game changer.
Carolina has Andy Dalton. Buffalo has Trubisky. The Bears have Tyson Badgett. Denver, Jarrett Stidham. The Packers, well, they have Malik Willis, but he's questionable. Houston has Davis Mills. Jacksonville has Nick Mullins. Chargers, Trey Lance. The Rams have Jimmy G. Sorry, the Rams have Jimmy G.
Philly.
New England has Joshua Dobbs.
Former Steeler.
Philly, Tanner McKee.
Yeah. He wasn't too bad against us, but I mean, wasn't great either.
Pittsburgh, Mr. Rudolph.
Red-nosed
49ers have Mac Jones. And Seattle has Drew Lock.
So, yeah, basically, if any of them get knocked out, it's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that is right. Yeah. So, I mean, you're not, that's what I was saying, there's only a couple teams that, so that, and again, that changes the, that could change the fate of the playoffs. Very, very, simple. I mean, to Dave's point, if Puka goes down for the Rams, that changes that team.
Yeah.
If
any of those big names go down, it's going to change. It's not going to matter whether it's
Look at what DK Metcalf being gone did to the Steelers. Like, it made them lose to the Browns.
Yeah.
So well, I know me and Anthony picked the Broncos to win. You picked two, right, Mike?
Rams.
Oh, Rams. Who do you feel they're playing in that Super Bowl, though?
Denver.
Wait to see.
Probably Seattle.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Seattle and Denver.
Although it's never the 1-1, so probably not. But
probably 1-7 or something like that. I mean, I could see the Bears going all the way. I could. They're no match for Denver, but I think that they could make the run.
I mean, the Bears get two home games.
I think the biggest issue is the quarterbacks in the AFC are just far and away superior.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to it, the things that are going to win championships are quarterbacks, coaches, and defenses. And
I think that's one of that. And to me, that's one of the reasons why I picked the Rams. I think their defense is better than people think they are. They got a guy who potentially is going to be the MVP. They have a wide receiver in Puka Nakua who it seems if he could get a fingernail on the ball, somehow he manages to catch it. They have, their tight end, Kobe Parkinson's been playing well. They've been without Devontae Adams. He goes ahead. I don't know if he's healthy or not, but if he's healthy, that's another, weapon right there. And they have again, their defense hasn't played, great, but at times they have played very, very well, that defense. So,
Well, you know how Puka's doing that, right? You've all seen the replacements, right?
Yeah.
They're putting that glue on his hand.
Mm-hmm.
They can't see it. The refs can't see it.
I kind of wish that Devontae Adams would want to play with his old friend Aaron again.
Yeah. Walker says Denver
definitely
sucks. Spoken like a true Kansas City Chief fan.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, then, Lockin, who do you think is going to go all the way?
But how are you gonna feel, Lockin, when they move to Kansas City, Missouri in a couple of years?
Isn't that where they're at? Aren't they moving to Kansas? Like state?
No, I think they're in Kansas. I think they're moving to Missouri.
No, they're moving from Missouri to actual Kansas.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They're vice versa.
Oh, it's vice versa? I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, no, they're moving to actual.
It's not going to help them any.
Because Kansas City is in Missouri.
Yeah,
it's in both.
Really? They are in Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas too?
Isn't Kansas City? Isn't it on both sides? Isn't it Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri?
I don't think they're that close, but because there's Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, both sides of the river.
Okay.
I know. I was there. I could have sworn I drove through.
Well, we're just making sure, Mike, and we know it. You were probably flying over here.
With our senior Kansas correspondent, Lockin 99 here.
Right. Across the river, and you're in Missouri.
See?
So they're just moving across the river.
Pops in like Adam Schefter and drops that Kansas knowledge right on us.
Well,
it's pretty interesting because when you go there, we went there. You have Arrowhead on one side, big ass parking lot, and you have Kauffman Field, like right there. Both baseball and football stadiums are right there.
Oh, that's cool.
If Travis retires, makes no difference where they move to.
You watch the Royals and Chiefs game, get out of the hell out of Missouri. That bad, huh?
There's a lot of people that live in the Bay Area that would say the same about Oakland.
Well, there's a reason for that, though.
Yeah. Do you guys got anything coming up on your collective channels this week?
No, we'll be talking tomorrow night. We'll probably, talk some more football. We'll talk some wrestling. Talk some, hopefully, maybe there might be some baseball news we'd be able to go ahead and talk about. We're just gonna talk sports and sports entertainment.
Sounds good.
Might even open a box of cards. Who knows?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I like cards.
I know it's not football, but I looked it up for what Fanatics is doing this year. I looked up museum collections. I used to like that where you got the 4 boxes. Now it's 1 box with 8 cards for $550.
Or 1 kidney.
Yes. Why? Why would you change museum up? It's been such a staple with the 4 mini boxes. You had fun with it.
Because you can't 10x the hobby if you don't.
If you don't 10x the price, yeah, I know. It's basically you kept the same price, but you got rid of 12 cards.
Well, I mean,
it is what it is.
That's what they do.
That is what they do.
I mean, there's just no way around it. I mean, that's and because, in my opinion, they are playing more towards breakers. They're going ahead and they are definitely going ahead and going that way because people are looking and they're going, why am I going to buy this box that now only has 2 flipping hits in it or 1 hit in it, and it's costing me more money than it did last year or the year before then. Screw that. I'm really only interested in 1 or 2 teams anyway, so I'll just get in breaks.
Right, exactly.
Right? I mean, that really has become where the the hobby has moved, towards. There's just no way around it because it's too hard to go ahead and, buy a, buy a box like Lawkinson, right? That's listed for 170. The big three are asking 300. So you're going to go ahead and pay even at 170 bucks, okay, wrestling a little different, right? Because, you could like a bunch more stuff and everything,
Yeah.
but still you're going to sit there and you're going to go, why do I want to go ahead and do that? I'd rather just buy my Jay Uso cards or my Jimmy or my, whoever,
Yeah.
card rather than go ahead and buy a box and maybe not even get one of that person that I want. I think that's just they are forcing the hobby that way.
Towards
They're,
breakers.
they're forcing people into breaks and singles.
Because the breakers buy more of the product.
Yeah.
They get the views out there of the product. Hey,
Yep.
What's up, Dom?
What's Dom?
What up, Dom? Good to see you, man.
But so I think that my own opinion. I think that's just the way it is. It's working and how it's going. They're looking at it from that standpoint. They don't care.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no regulations or anything. Like Lawkins said, you between the breakers and between the bots, they go on tops, they buy them out in a few minutes or whatever it may be, and then they go, okay, hey, I'm going to charge just about double right now. Thank you.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
And if you want it, what are you going to do? So I think less people buy it. It'll probably come down.
Yeah.
From there because then, but WWE is a hot product.
Yeah.
I mean, from that standpoint. But you look at all the other stuff. I mean, there are some things. I mean, hell, you can, Topps basketball paper. I mean, I think their hanger boxes are like 13 to 15 bucks in the retail store.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so that's okay because you could get, they have the Pulsar exclusives in there, and you can still hit a couple of, you can still get a few hits out of those. All right, not a bad deal. I'll spend 26 bucks on 2 hangers. I probably have a better shot than what I might get out of a $30 blaster. So if I buy 2 of them at 14 bucks a piece, 28, I'm less money than a blaster, and I potentially can get, a couple extra hits and stuff. But as far as, the big boxes that people want to buy, it's all about the breakers.
Yeah. You guys going to be live tomorrow at 9, right?
Yes, sir.
9 p.m. Eastern. If you guys haven't subscribed over to Huddle Card Collection, make sure you do. Also, subscribe over to Firestarter Breaks if you haven't as well. Also, if you haven't subscribed to Pittsburgh yet, make sure you do so because me and my wife be dropping vlogs over here. We just put out I appreciate that. We just put out a Disney one yesterday, and I think in another day or two, I'm going to put out another Disney one.
Yeah, I agree, Doc. And then I saw that too, Chrome Tennis. I'm like, why? Get rid of that and bring back one of the older baseball sets like Gypsy Queen or something.
But the funny thing is, people are going to, it's pre-order. It'll probably still be available. But people are going to buy it, and there's probably it wouldn't surprise me if somebody's out there doing breaks with it.
Yeah, me either. Something for everyone out there, Yeah.
I don't know who, but
Well,
I mean, I know they are going to keep Stadium Club is going to come out. Don't know when, but it'll be out soon. But yeah, I agree with him. A lot of it nobody cares about, but yet they'll buy it because, hey, there's a chance at an autograph, or people that are into tennis.
They'll buy tennis, they'll buy golf because the prices won't be that high. And to your point, I can get an autograph and sell it and make part of my money back. I think the people that are buying it, look, I don't know, little Johnny or little Sue is going, Mommy, Daddy, at the club today, everybody was talking about tennis, and Topps has Topps Chrome tennis. Can we go ahead and get a box of it? No, that ain't the person that's buying it.
I'm sorry, honey, but
It's the degenerate like us who says, you know what? I'm going to be the one that's going to hit the Pete Sampras autograph, and I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to make all my money back from those other shit boxes that I bought a few months back.
that little kid's going to ask Mommy, Daddy's going to be like, no, honey, it costs $450 for a box. No.
But that's like almost what my lessons cost.
I know we don't have money to pay the bills, but look at all these really cool refractors I pulled.
How much are they worth, son? $1.50 each. Well, they do have a Pixar Gold coming out. You could get a Larry the Cable Guy autograph. There you go.
I'll tell you what I actually really want that Topps has done lately is the new Topps Chrome Marvel that they put out. They have some really good actor autographs in there.
Yeah, that's the only thing to go after in those things is the actors' autographs.
Yeah.
So, Mike, if you want to buy that box of Chrome tennis, it's only $95 a box.
There you go.
You can buy 2 of them.
I may be dumb enough.
I'm curious if you get anything good in them.
You can find out on Huddle Card Collection if you guys go subscribe right now.
Yeah.
You do get 2 autographs, Mike, so there you go.
There you go.
I want that Martina Navratilova autograph, man. Come on now. Can't do better than that.
Got that right.
Yeah, I don't see anything else coming out for them that's worth anything. Topps Chrome Sapphire, nobody can afford that. But yeah, let's just see what Chrome Stadium Club comes out for.
Yep.
Excuse me. Well, boys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. My throat is very tender right now.
I hear you. Me too.
But
we'll talk more about tomorrow night.
Yep.
No problem, brother. Anytime.
Thanks a lot.
See how we do this weekend. Come back next week, folks.
Yep.
You got
All right, guys. Appreciate you all being here.